Blunt Talk with LT, episode 101. This episode's brought to you by StackWap.com. StackWap.com/shop for your SGE merch. We also have Blunt Talk with LT merch also in the store, so check it out. All new arrivals every week. Okay, make sure you like, share, subscribe to the podcast, like the clips that you fucks with, comment on the clips, give your opinion. Communicate with the community. It helps for the channel growth, and it's well appreciated. Shout out to my day one subscribers. Shout out to my new subscribers. Shout out to my listeners that ain't subscribed. I still appreciate you watching the show. Make sure you share the clips that you fucks with, and we getting right into it. Okay, so the first topic I want to talk about is Meg Thee Stallion. Meg Thee Stallion was reportedly shot in the incident that Tory Lanez was arrested in. When he was arrested on the gun charge, and new video has popped up of her actual arrest while she was shot in the foot. So she got multiple gun wounds to her actual foot, and here's the video of her being arrested and detained. Mind you, she's shot in the foot while all this is happening. So she has blood leaking from her foot as they request her to back up. That's her in the purple dress, or whatever color that is. Backing up. If you look on the ground, you can see the blood spots from her foot leaking out after she's been shot. She's on the ground currently. They're asking another female to leave the back of the SUV. Okay, so that's crazy. Like, Meg's on the ground bleeding out while this is all happening. They're instructing the other girl to spread her arms. She's already on the ground. They say spread her feet while she's wearing like the shortest shorts in the world. And a lot of people are outraged from this video, saying that the cops are doing too much. And there's some perverted shit where they ask her to spread her legs while she's already on the ground with her arms already out. The cops were doing too much. Like, I get, like, people trying to say, okay, the cops are following a certain protocol because there was a gun in the car or there was a shooting incident, so they want to make sure that no one's going to come out firing shots or whatever. But the driver, who was, I don't know who the driver was, but there's already a dude on the ground. Tory Lanez was arrested in this scene, so that may have been Tory Lanez already laying on the ground with his shirt off already before they even tell Meg to get out the car and before the video starts. So we don't know who that dude is on the ground in the corner. I'm guessing it's Tory Lanez. And I feel like obviously they're doing too much. Like, okay, let me show the video of Dylan Roof, the person who shot 9 people in the church, of him being apprehended, and the difference after he already shot 9 people and it's confirmed. Just look at the difference of the way the cops handle the situation compared to the way they handled the situation with Meg Thee Stallion, who's already shot in her foot. Vast difference. Let me play the video right now. Let me grab that video. Here we go.
I'm going to head over to Science on the Rocks first and check out their big guitar exhibit at the Discovery Place. I got tickets for that you can win with Workforce Trivia at 12:30. Maybe we'll see each other there. 40 minutes of commercial-free classic rocking coming up next.
Hey, Nancy Carter, now is the time to buy at McKinney Chevrolet Buick. No one's going to make you a better deal. You can get a brand new 2015 Buick Enclave and save up to $6,000. $2,500 on the Buick Encore on selected models. Go see Matt and Cliff. They'll show you. McKinney Chevrolet Buick will save you thousands. See dealer for details. Check it out right now, McKinneyChevrolet.com. It's McKinney Buick, the area's lowest price Buick dealer, just off I-85 exit 22. Easy to find, easy to buy from. Experience the new Buick. Hey, it's Morgan. At H.H. Gregg's 3-day super sale, get 0 down and 0 interest till January 2018. Up to 30% off. Gregg's got it. A stainless steel French door refrigerator, only $9.99. An LG 55-inch
$10.14 from Officer Davis advised that will be the correct vehicle for
this
the
Thursday through Saturday. Don't forget to download the H.H. Gregg app to find daily deals. HHGregg.com, available 24/7. Buy online, pick up in stores, same day, always free. Top brands, low prices, fast delivery. Subject to credit report.
It's a serious problem for many men. In case certain authorities or children are listening, we can't say what it is. Instead, here's a story about pitching a tent. Young Johnny used to pitch a tent with the slightest breeze. As he got older, things changed. He struggled to keep that tent up no matter how hard he tried. He took Viagra, Cialis, and still had issues. His camping life suffered until he heard about a guaranteed treatment from New Mayo Medical with a special custom blend of medication, FDA approved and no surgery involved. New Mayo Medical helped Johnny pitch a tent, keep it up, and enjoy timely camping like never before. Call 704-550-4122. That's 704-550-4122. They not only
Like, are
help
you
get
fucking
your tent
kidding
up,
me?
but prevent pitching too fast. Call today to learn how New Mayo can help you. 704-550-4122.
Not a word exchanged. Okay. So they arrested him. They put the cuffs on his hands. They calmly walked up. At first, when they walked up, they had the guns drawn, and then they put their gun back in, although this person killed 9 people. And they didn't tell him, get on the ground. They didn't shout from him a while away. They didn't have their guns drawn. Meters are, I don't even know how far they were in the Meg Thee Stallion video, but they were far away with their guns drawn. And they didn't do none of that with this guy. They calmly walked up to the car, arrested him. But when it comes to Meg Thee Stallion, Tory Lanez, and whoever else was in the car, they had them face down on their face. Well, face down on their face. That's stupid. They had them face down, arms out, making an ass of themselves, being completely demeaned like they're animals, while this guy was calmly walked to his car. And then on the way to the jail, they brought him to Burger King so he can get some fucking food after killing 9 black people. Like, look at the vast difference of the way they apprehend people and the way they disrespect black folks compared to the way they disrespect, or lack of disrespect, for white people that they arrest. It's just ridiculous. Of course, this is LAPD versus wherever the fuck Dylan Roof was arrested. But at the end of the day, police is police, and policing in America is fucked up right now. It's absolutely fucked up. Well, not right now. It's been fucked up. And that's why we scream for police reform and we scream for all of that shit. Meg Thee Stallion was later rushed to the hospital because she had bullet wounds in her foot, but they didn't know that until they actually came up to her and apprehended her. But at the end of the day, there's just a wild difference. A lot of people are outraged, and rightly so. You treat people like that, you got to be face first, on the ground, you know, doing the backpedaling all the way to a safe area before they feel safe enough to approach you. It's just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And this is completely off base, but the report that they put out for Tory Lanez was that he was 5'3", 120 pounds. And because of that, everybody on the internet went in on him. Twitter, memes, everything. Everybody was just going in on Tory Lanez, like 5'3", 120, basically saying he's a child. And according to Tory Lanez and Tory Lanez people, it's completely false. He's not 5'3", he ain't 120 pounds. They completely falsified the report. And here's the report. It's like they put this out there for public consumption. And it's like, why would you lie on the man and say he's shorter than he is and he weighs less than he is when this is the police report? Like, I just don't understand why they would do that. I don't know how tall he is. I don't know how much he weighs because they didn't confirm that, but they completely denied the weight and the height. So I'm like, they completely disrespected him, made him a meme. Everyone's dragging him on the internet for being 5'3", $120. I just find that ridiculous. I don't really give a fuck about his height and his weight. Why do I care about a man's height and weight? But this is what's going on. People dragging him. It's crazy out here. Okay, what else do we got here? Okay, so Nick Cannon recently apologized for his comments that he had on his podcast 2 weeks ago with Professor Griff because he was fired, and they said he was fired for not apologizing for his anti-Semitic comments on the podcast. And I'm like, okay, it's his platform. He's speaking. For me, I listened to the whole thing. I think he said things way worse about white people than he did to the Jewish community. I don't feel like he said anything anti-Semitic about the Jewish community, but, you know, I might be wrong there. We might be able to nitpick and reach into the little things he said. But for the most part, he was talking about control over the media, and he named certain corporations that were affiliated with world banks or whatever. And whenever you talk about Jews having any type of control over anything, they scream anti-Semitism. Like, you cannot comment on their community at all because anything you say is deemed as anti-Semitic. He spoke about the black Jews and the different history and everything. He went into detail and things that I'm not fully knowledgeable about, so I'm not going to speak on the history of that. But my major issue is Viacom and CBS fired him expeditiously. They didn't even give him room for the apology. They said he got fired because he didn't apologize. He ended up apologizing for people that may have been offended by his comments, but for the most part, they fired him with the quickness. And it's like, okay, how many other white folks have said crazy shit on their podcast and haven't been fired from the organizations they've been on? Joe Rogan said nigger on his podcast a bunch of times. And if you want to nitpick into the minutia of the things that Nick Cannon said to say he was anti-Semitic, a white person using the word nigger on their airways is automatically deemed racist regardless of what context or who the fuck you're quoting. You're not supposed to say that word. Bill Maher said that and got destroyed. He had to go on a whole apology tour. He had Ice Cube come on his show and fucking completely lecture him to try to actually, you know, fix whatever he said. But Joe Rogan says it multiple times. He's not being fired expeditiously by the UFC and the organizations he works for. So it's like, I'm not going to get into the Joe Rogan, is he actually racist? But I've seen the episodes with him saying it, but they don't act that fast. But you see a different type of shit whenever it happens to black people. The black community on social media and in the streets stood up for Nick Cannon. We're riding for Nick Cannon, regardless of if he's right or wrong. We're not canceling him over comments that he made on his podcast. It's his podcast. It's his platform. He's having a conversation with Professor Griff, and he's losing all his jobs and endorsement deals, and he's getting fired with the quickness. It's like, that's absolutely ridiculous. He actually took down his episode of that podcast with Professor Griff. He ended up getting silenced. And I'm like, that shit is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. That's your platform. I will not ever delete a single episode of the podcast, regardless of what type of fuck shit I end up saying. I'm not gonna practice any hate speech. But for any reason anyone tries to look at anything I say as hate speech, I'm not taking down shit. I don't have I don't have partnerships with these large corporations that could fire me and control what the fuck I say and the type of content I put out on my podcast. You've seen it happen to academics. He said something on Twitch. Twitch suspended him. Complex suspended him. We ain't gonna have none of that shit. We're gonna talk bluntly and loosely on this shit, and we're gonna ride out with whatever we said. I said what the fuck I said when I say what I say. You know what I mean? I'm not taking back none of that shit. I'm not with any of that cancel culture. They're so quick to cancel black people for the shit that they say, but you have all sorts of people, Tucker Carlson, all sorts of wild people saying all sorts of racist shit daily on their show, and they're not being fired expeditiously. So I have a fucking problem with that. I'm not riding with that at all. Diddy actually reached out to Nick Cannon after the firing and said he could bring his show to Revolt, and he could bring everything to Revolt. But apparently Nick Cannon said he was swindled out of the IP, the intellectual property of Wild 'N Out, so he doesn't own Wild 'N Out. So they're probably going to try to keep the show running because it does huge numbers for VH1, and they're trying to replace him. And then this picture popped up.
If you don't get that bullshit out
It's
of my
like
face, bitch.
Ryan Seacrest, Wild 'N Out. If you don't get that bullshit out of my fucking face, are you kidding me? You seeing shit like that? You're going to replace the man on his own show, his own creative idea, and try to replace him because NBC or Viacom own the actual show? That's absolutely ridiculous. I ain't fucking with that at all. At all. It's quite offensive. It's disrespectful. It's the way they do us, and they hold us to a different standard that they don't hold other communities to. They're so quick to try to do stuff because they feel like certain people are getting canceled from cancel culture. They're going to be quick and swift with black people and give them no leeway. There's no, okay, let's educate Nick Cannon. Let's counsel Nick Cannon to educate him so he doesn't make those type of mistakes. Let's fix incorrect speech with better ideas and perpetuate that. There's no fired, get the fuck out of here. It's like they were waiting to, flex their muscle on him. Disrespectful, absolutely ridiculous. I'm not fucking with that at all. Okay, what else do we got here? We got Kylie Jenner. Kylie Jenner was with Meg Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez earlier that day, but she didn't end up being involved in any of the stuff with the Hollywood Hills. But this ain't about that. This is about Kylie Jenner posting pictures on IG and Snapchat she didn't reference any brands. She has no brand deal with the clothing that she wore, but Twitter basically bullied her into promoting the black-owned brand that she was wearing, and she felt guilty because people were in her mentions going at her, and she got bullied into it. And then she responded to people saying she got bullied into promoting the brand, and she responded by saying, no, she didn't. That's absolute bullshit, whatever the fuck she said. I'm not reading the tweet right now, but it's quite evident she got bullied into saying it. She didn't get paid no bag. There's no brand deal, and she had to promote it. So clearly she felt bad, and from the people bullying her. She absolutely 100% got bullied into promoting the black-owned brand. She could say whatever she wants. When that black Twitter get on your ass and they're on you heavy, it's like a lot of people succumb to the hate or succumb to the comments. It just gets in their mind, and they start doing shit. And she absolutely got bullied. I'm not saying it's right that she got bullied, but she did. Whether she likes to admit it or not, she got bullied into doing it. Because usually when influencers or people of her stature with all that mass following, when they promote anything or they reference where the fuck they got the things from, they get paid a bag to do that. That's their currency. That's how they make money, by promoting shit with their large following. She don't have no talent of anything. She's famous for being famous. So what she does is get paid on all the promotion she does. Nice try, Toots, but we see right through that shit. What else do we got here? Jeez. Okay, let's get to the fucking videos that are going to outrage everybody. But I have to consistently pop these out because at the end of the day, when this shit is happening, these injustices happen, I have to show them. That is just what I do. So if you have a weak stomach, you don't like seeing fuck shit, here we go. We got some more shit. We have police officers pretty much... hold on, let me pull up this video real quick. Okay, so what we got here is some sort of, I don't know what is actually going on here. I don't have any details from what's going on in this story and why there's so much cops here and why there's such a large gathering, but the crux of this story is there's a black man in the wheelchair getting thrown to the ground by officers, and they removed. Okay, let me just play the video and talk about it. Okay, so I don't know exactly why they're arresting him. I know people are going to be like, oh, he's resisting arrest. He's a paraplegic. He's in a motherfucking wheelchair. How hard is it to apprehend somebody in a wheelchair that has no use of their legs? I don't want to hear, though, he's resisting arrest. They threw him out of his wheelchair, threw the wheelchair away from him. It's like, this is absolutely ridiculous. It is crazy what they're doing. But I have no story on this, so I'm not gonna go too much in on this or spend too much time on this story. But it's like the shit you see every time. I don't even know if this was a protest. No details. Whatever. Let's move on to a story I actually have details on, though. Okay, so Yandy Tamika Mallory, and Portia Williams all were arrested at a Breonna Taylor protest, a peaceful protest. I don't know why they were arrested in specific, because it doesn't seem like any low-profile people were arrested, but they were arrested and apprehended at a protest, and this is the video of them being released from the precinct.
No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! Fuck these racist ass police! I said no justice! No peace!
Don't
No
stop
justice!
that. Right.
No peace! No justice!
No peace.
Look, I can make people.
Wait. We need the rest to get out. We need the rest. Right. That's the people.
Arrested me. I said no justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. Fuck these racist ass.
Okay, so shout out to Yandy, shout out to Portia, shout out to Tamika Mallory. We see you. We see your contributions to the Black Lives Matter movement. The Breonna Taylor still has no justice at the moment, and it's been like the largest campaign of just riding for Breonna Taylor to get her justice. Don't let the media fool you with these with saying the protests have died down, because there's plenty protests still going on in the streets currently as we speak. So shout out to them for using their platforms and using their voices to actually fight for justice. Nothing but respect for Yandy, Tamika Mallory, and Portia for their contributions. They got arrested for the cause. High-profile celebrities getting arrested for the cause because we're fighting for justice. On the ground. It's like they're on the ground in the streets actually fighting for justice. So nothing but respect to them. They spent a lot of money in charitable donations to the causes, and they're actually in the forefront riding for the causes. So shout out to them. All right, so we got Daylyt. Usually I don't play much music or much freestyles and shit on the podcast. I got to make more of an effort to do that shit, because at the end of the day, if I fucks with it and it's in my media circle, I pretty much should highlight some of the shit that's going on. Daylyt, rapper Daylyt, battle rapper Daylyt dropped a freestyle, and he went into some deep shit when it comes to the Black Lives Matter movement and how we're treated in America. So let's just play that freestyle before we wrap up the show.
Lately it's been a rap for my people, a gyro actually. What goes around and come around, a spiral factory. The globe used to be black, you see, no vitiligo. I go back to these cracking times, it all came from Cairo, practically set up straight. They landed on the land, the man said up rape. Think dinner on a skyscraper, wait for the update. They eat us wrong, man-made heart, offer us FEMA, gone up the fear, adrenaline boo, juice your adrenochrome harvest. They got us in a jar, right job is this precision. Fight this machine, man, we need a vision. Our niggas is sick, killing us quick, wrong earth circumferences. I jump in this, go nuts with the shell. Hell, this homunculus, this test is for you. Aluminum skies, how they stress the soil. Chemtrella, sell us free energy. Bless the Tesla, coil Edison. Light still here, but it's evident. High white stutter. We can take flight if we get the right brothers. Plain sight, right on you all. Hieroglyphics, what we fantasize. To get the truth, we must analyze history. Reversing the map with a man standing. Go to Kemet Wild when there's pyramids in the Grand Canyon, but they dead, see. All this shit a scam. Like, how did they drain all of this water? Nigga, damn, I do this. We been assed out and y'all knew this, yet they sell us clothes. B12 blocking, get it, sell us clothes. Son, think he powerful. Tell us what this belief is. They'll put blackface on everything but Jesus. Chorus, zeitgeist, Roman Catholics who killing shit. How we got immigration when ICE really the immigrants? Y'all did a lot. Dealers whip, car salesmen, garage skelling, cancer pump through the AC. See this mirage felling. They fell in our majesties with crack addicts, casualties. I'm back at it like, what color is crack? And what color is crack addicts? Black static. I just hope my people rise. We asked to be treated equal. Them niggas gave us equal eye, the equalizer. Watch by the eagle eye, put fear in me. No crime going seen when they got homeland security. Deep web niggas fucking children building their egos. Guess who all in the deep web? My P.O. Yeah, we know it's a cop out. Piece of gator, piece of party, piece of caker. Wake up, TD Jacob. We must rip the book. Suspicious crook, look vicious. This is shook and pride. We waking up, and yeah, we look alive. The library filled with a book of lies, history. Don't mention Nan Queen, we should idle. Take the woman out the word of the Lord. You get it, Bible. All this shit a trap is just to keep you stuck. Tell you that Eve fucked up the world, that's just to keep you fucked. Nicki Minaj, it's all fake, but girls wake up, never act silly. Shout outs to Ill Camille and Rap City, real queens who fight for our sister.
Jeez. Where the hell's the rest of the freestyle? Fuck. Nigga was going off. You gotta rewind those bars to hear those punchlines if you didn't catch them the first time. Daylyt's always been ill to me. I haven't seen him lose a single battle rap. He's the nigga that did all the antics. He was on Vlad TV, all sorts of shit. At the end of the day, that freestyle was dope. Fire. I fucks with it. And with that, I'm going to wrap up the show. Blunt Talk with LT. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. We're going to be covering various topics, various times. We out here. Yep.